Hi, I'm Shalom Drimer. I'm a chiropractor in Glebe, Sydney. I feel really privileged again to be here with you. What I want to talk to you about is health. So I became a chiropractor because I was very passionate about helping people achieve the best health, to be able to live their life to the maximum. But comes the question, what affects health? Many people are looking at health, and we know that it can be affected by many different things, from nutrition, from exercise, from how we think, how we feel, genetics, many different things. Now, in the basis of all of that, there are actually really important belief systems, or a view of how people view their life will determine the way they interact with their health. So there are two ways of looking at the body, kind of two basic ways. The first one is looking at the body as a wonderful machine. The other one is a vitalistic, self-healing, self-growing entity. So what is either of them? So when we're looking at the body as a machine, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful machine. It's a understanding that the body the way the body function can be determined by the laws of physics, of biology, of physiology. Everything that the body is doing is just like a very complex machine, but still a machine. Now, as a result of that, there are some assumptions or beliefs or ideas that are standing in the basis of it. So the first one is, when the body is not functioning very well, therefore we have symptoms, those symptoms are not good. Those symptoms means that the body is broken and we need to repair it, and we need to do something to fix it. We need to suppress. If there are symptoms, we need to suppress them. So as a result of that, the idea is to make something healthy, we need to do something from outside in. I need to give you some kind of medication. I need to do a surgery. I need to do something from outside to make you better. That's one way of looking at things. When I got into chiropractic, I came from the belief, what is called Vitalism, that the body is an incredible self-healing, self-correcting entity. So, for example, if we are looking at what the body is doing, you can see that the body will go through incredible amount of renewal that is happening every day. As a matter of fact, when I walked into this room, the person that is coming out is not the same person. In the same time, my red blood cells, within 1 hour, my red blood cells were changed. My skin has, some of my skin cells died, some of my skin cells grew, my bones have changed, my liver has renewed itself. So the body goes through incredible amount of changes. The other thing that will happen, and I always love to tell my clients that, is that 100,000 biochemical reactions are happening in every cell of your body, and that's 70 trillion cells of the body. Think of the order that has to happen when all of those things are all happening at the same time. I've never seen someone burning with all the heat that will be produced by all those actions, and all of that happens in perfect order. If we really want to look at the body this way, what I believe, and I think what research is starting to show more and more, is that the body has that kind of like innate intelligence. Chiropractors like to call it innate intelligence. And that innate intelligence is the extension of the intelligence that we see around us in the world. So everything around us, it seems like there is incredible order for things the rivers to flow the way they move, the weather patterns, everything seems to have some kind of order. And when we extend that order into our body, I call it innate intelligence. It's that thing that helps the body to become, to be able to regulate all this incredible amount of information, everything that is happening in our body. It's this thing that might be separating a person that is alive and vital and is full of excitement and life from a body that is just lying there with no life. Now, there is a quote, and I would like to share it with you, a quote by a doctor, Dr. Richard Cabot from the Harvard Medical School, where he says, "The wisdom of the body is responsible for 90% of the hope of patients to recover. The body has a super wisdom that is in favor of life rather than death. This is the power that we depend on for life. All doctors are responsible for letting their patients know of this great force working within them." So this is, even now, some of the top physicians and top experts in the world are starting to recognize that fact. And when they are working with clients and trying to create the most healing within them, they are trying to use that innate intelligence of the body so they can actually become better, grow, evolve, and heal. Let me give you an example of that. We all know about fevers. When I ask people, why do we have fevers? What's the purpose of fevers? Most people will say, well, I don't know, I guess that is an indication that the body is fighting bacteria and viruses. And the thing is, it's true. It's really true. But there is more than that. What happens is that a lot of the bacteria that will attack our body is actually heat sensitive. So our body, being so amazing and smart, will lift the temperature a bit up so they can't exist in that temperature. They start dying. Now, if that's not enough, the body will lift the temperature even further to around 38. And there, you're starting to have some enzymes that are normally not active will start functioning, will start switching on. So it's exactly like going into a car and going from a third gear to fourth gear and then the fifth gear. It basically, the immune system will kind of like switch on and the immune system will become a lot more active. By the way, that's the reason why people will feel so tired and fatigued and want to sleep. It's because the body is doing everything to conserve energy so the immune system can do its job. Okay, now the fever can continue and go up, and the reason for that is at around 39.5, when the body is in 39.5, the body will actually start producing very powerful antibacterial, antiviral, anti-cancerous chemicals that a shot of those chemicals will cost up to $10,000 to $20,000. But it's available to us free of charge. Our body will automatically do that. And when our fever goes up to there, our body really, really is fighting and helping to kind of not just detoxify, but actually create a very deep healing within. And this is why I am a big fan of allowing the body to express those, express fever. And usually fever will last only for around 1 to 3 days. And so I'm a big fan of it. Okay, so now let's take it somewhere else. Let's imagine for 1 second, and most likely it has happened to a lot of you, that you went to McDonald's. I'm just going to choose McDonald's, and you had something like 4 or 5 cheeseburgers. And you had a milkshake, but the milk expired 3 or 4 months ago, and you had some ice creams that were made out of milk that expired 3 or 4 months ago. Then you went on a party, big party, and you had a lot of alcohol. Question: what are the chances that you will finish the evening with diarrhea? What are the chances that you will have vomiting? You tell me, what is the probability? I would say quite high. Now, here is the fun question. When you have diarrhea and you have vomiting and you're feeling like shite, are you expressing health or are you expressing disease? Big question. Think about it. A lot of people say expressing sickness, but if you really think about it, your body is trying to throw out all the garbage, all the things that are not helpful. It is trying to throw whatever is toxic out so your body can actually get better. So having all of those things happening is actually expressing health. But the society that we live in, we sometimes fall into that kind of marketing that says your body is just not good enough, and anytime you have symptoms, you need to stop them. But in actual fact, you are trying to stop, you are suppressing the innate intelligence of your body to self-recover. And to me, that is not great. So for you to take control of your health is to really realize how smart and incredible your body is. When I look at health, I look at it as a continuum, where on one side we have wellness, where we are living to the fullest of our potential, and on the other side, let's put death. And in between, most of our life, we're moving in that continuum. It can be changing day to day, month to month, year to year. But the incredible thing to realize is that you will have symptoms when you are healthy and when you're very sick. Both of them are a good thing. So I would like to go to a quote that I really, really love, which I find very, very inspirational, which is, there are only two ways to live your life. One is though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. That's Albert Einstein. I think we live in very, very exciting time, and I think that it's wonderful that you're taking the challenge and you're going for growth and for evolution, and I hope that you will get that. Thank you.